Today we got the Sensational She-Hulk taking on the Savage Dragon. Who comes out on top? Well, let's find out.
Eyes up. Stay sharp. Stay down. Final warning. I could do this all day.
After being shot by mobsters, Jennifer Walters' cousin Bruce Banner, the Hulk, saved her life by giving her a last-minute blood transfusion of his own irradiated blood. From that point on, she was able to transform into the Sensational She-Hulk, a recurring member of the Avengers. As She-Hulk, her powers are essentially the same as the Hulk's, although to a lesser degree. She's superhumanly strong, and in fact, just one of her arms is stronger than the Thing. She's drawn blood from both Red Hulk and World War Hulk, knocked down the Sentry. She's actually just straight up ripped the Vision in half. In fact, at her strongest, she's managed to beat up the champion of the universe, and was able to arm wrestle against Hercules, and she claimed that she let him win. Jen is also superhumanly durable, as Spider-Man just hurt his hand when he punched her. Excalibur cannot cut through her skin, and she's gone toe-to-toe with Namor and taken hits from Sentry. Then, unlike most heavy brutes, She-Hulk is actually a very skilled fighter, as she's been personally trained by Captain America in hand-to-hand combat in several different forms of martial arts. She's casually manhandled Iron Man before, able to take down the Abomination, claiming that she's probably the only foe he's ever faced, but fighting skills and the power to actually hurt him. So that's what we got in one corner, Jennifer Walters, good old She-Hulk. But entering the ring, a newcomer to the battle arena, Savage Dragon. In 1992, Savage Dragon was found unconscious in a burning field with no memory of how he arrived there or who he was. Taken in by Officer Frank Darling of the Chicago PD, Savage Dragon decided to join the police force and wage war against the super criminals of Chicago. With his immense physical strength, endurance, and durability, he became the best super cop that the world had to offer. With his Krillin physiology, Dragon is strong enough to collapse buildings with his punches, use a building as a baseball bat, destroy airplane jets, or send giant monsters flying backwards. He's also superhumanly durable, easily being able to send up bullets, explosions, survive re-entry into the atmosphere, and even take enough force to destroy a battleship while he was weakened. On top of just his durability though, Dragon also has a remarkable healing factor. He's been impaled, survived having a hole blown into his head, he's regrown his foot overnight and his eye in less than a minute, and he's even just casually used his arm as a club before. Despite his large size, Savage Dragon is actually deceptively fast and agile, and he'll use that to his advantage in a fight, being able to dodge energy blast, electrical attacks, and he's regularly taking out attackers before they could react. There's also a reason why they call him Savage Dragon. He's got no problem killing, punching through an opponent's head, throwing a pipe through someone's head, or even spitting a coin or his own tooth through an enemy's head. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, I've seen some of y'all asking to mix it up a bit, use some heroes from outside the big two. So today, Savage Dragon is making his battle arena debut. And we're definitely not taking it easy on a newcomer. He's going up against none other than the Hulk's cousin, She-Hulk. Now, in big battles between brick characters like these, strength is a big deal. That's putting it lightly. So just how strong are these two heroes? Well, like we already said, Savage Dragon is strong enough to collapse and topple buildings in his fights. He's able to make craters in the ground with his punches. He's even casually used a part of a building or an ice steel beam as a baseball bat. He can tear school buses in half with his bare hands, has said that he can actually rip a destroyer in half, and has regularly been able to battle against and overpower people around his same strength level, like She-Dragon and Anti-Dragon. Also definitely uses strength to kill an opponent, biting off a finger and spitting it through a head, chewing up a coin until it mimics a bullet, spitting it through a head, or just cutting right to the chase and punching straight through a head. But even with that being said, I would still venture to say She-Hulk is the stronger one out of the two. Now, first off, yes, it is safe to say that Jen is a little inconsistent when it comes to strength. She's been increasing in strength pretty much ever since her debut in comics. But there are times or just moments where she takes steps backwards. Sometimes kind of big steps. But at her best, well, She-Hulk's been able to outlift the thing with just one hand. Easily hold it down and overpower Iron Man. Even arm wrestle against Hercules. Then there is a big difference between lifting strength and striking power, as there's a whole lot more than just strength when it comes to throwing a good punch, as anyone who's ever thrown a punch can tell you. Basically, the power behind a punch can be found by using force equals mass times acceleration, or put in more simple terms, how fast you can put your weight behind your punch is actually more important than how much you can lift when determining how hard you can hit or throw a punch. And I think Jen has got Dragon beat in this area as well. I mean, she's consistently been able to send Namor reeling of her punches. She's decked Sentry into the ground just one hit, beat up on Thor. She's drawn blood from Red Hulk, even made World War Hulk bleed her punches. She's knocked out the Abomination, beat Titania with the Power Gem, actually landed some good blows against the Skyfather Zeus, and there was an infamous fight with a champion. Now, this fight did take place after she learned that she can exponentially increase her strength in her She-Hulk form, if she increases her strength in her normal human form. So she probably was a bit stronger than she was normally, but still, she managed to defeat an Elder of the Universe. And it's a great example of the power behind her punches. But on the other hand, I don't think Savage Dragon's greatest asset is his strength, it's his durability, pain tolerance, and his healing factor. He's casually survived being inside building-sized explosions, survived re-entry from outer space, and actually able to survive in outer space itself. And many people in Savage Dragon's world actually have some level of superhuman strength, yet he's able to constantly take attacks on these opponents, even taking attacks on multiple opponents at once, and not go down. And that's just the thing. Dragon is a remarkably tough guy to put down. Not just because he's so durable, but also because he's basically a sponge, able to soak up all sorts of damage and not be beat. He's just got a remarkable pain tolerance. He's had his body pierced through a shrapnel and metal post, so he just pulled them out and kept on fighting. He's had both his arms disintegrated, didn't stay down for long. When he only lost one of his arms, so he just picked it up like a club and kept on swinging. He's had every bone in his body snapped and crumbled. And even though his body healed in all sorts of bizarre and disgusting angles, Savage Dragon didn't seem to care, just jumped right into battle. In his fighting against Overlord, Dragon even had his hand blasted off, a huge hole blasted into his torso. It was then sent falling from a skyscraper, not on a church spire. Yet Dragon still remained conscious, he was able to pull himself back up. Then, as if all that wasn't enough, Savage Dragon's also got a pretty insane healing factor to top things off. It's actually so great that he's healed from having his lower torso burned off, from half of his brain being eaten. He's returned back to normal after his body was transmuted into chocolate. He's even brought him back from the dead before. His healing factor also plays into his adaptability, to the point where attacks from villains that previously injured him no longer do. Like in his first fight against Overlord, he's able to use energy attacks to blast giant holes in Dragon. But in the rematch, Overlord's energy blast only burned off the outer layer of Dragon's skin. In an even later match, when he was going up against a villain utilizing Overlord's armor, Dragon was completely immune to those energy attacks. However, even though Savage Dragon has a better healing factor and a better pain tolerance, they actually say that She-Hulk is just physically tougher and is more durable. Like Dart, who doesn't have superhuman strength, was able to cut off Dragon's arm pretty easily. And even though Dragon didn't go down, that's not the point. The point is when a 20-tonner, armed with the Excalibur blade, tried to cut She-Hulk, she couldn't even make a scratch. Then she's taking punches with people like Namor, Sentry, Red Hulk, and Hulk, who have all shown that they're stronger than Dragon. So She-Hulk is both physically stronger and physically more durable than Savage Dragon, even though Dragon has a much better healing factor and greater pain tolerance. So really, Dragon's last chance in this fight is going to be his ruthlessness and savagery, as he has no problem killing people and sometimes doing it in pretty graphic ways. But honestly, I don't think it's going to be enough. I mean, yeah, Dragon is a savage fighter, but Jen can really counter that with being a skilled fighter. And She-Hulk is actually one of the few strong bricks who consistently use her skill in a fight, using it to take down both Iron Man and Abomination. Sometimes that skill is really the only reason she's able to beat bigger and stronger opponents. So end of the day, it will take a lot to put Savage Dragon down. His healing factor and durability honestly is insane, but I think She-Hulk has the ability to do so. She's stronger than him, both lifting strength and striking power, is physically more durable, is even a better and more skilled fighter. Jen is coming out on top here. She-Hulk wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to hit that like button, the subscribe button, and turn on notifications to join the Fanco army. And I will see you all next time.